Greetings, how are you all? So, following on from yesterday, you can probably see from this that I have been struggling today and have removed the entire dark clouds that were at the back there that you saw yesterday. So, don't ask me. I think there's a lot of technical trouble with this thing, and I've really been noticing I have painted this on paper and the image is actually stapled down to the edge, the painting, the paper first of all, and I noticed that some of the, you can see it, but some of the actual paper is warped a bit there, so I'm not too happy with that. It could present difficulties later when I come to frame it. So what I did today was, well, it arrived today or yesterday, leave it and clean it because of this corona business. So let me just put this up a bit so you can see me and see it. So I invested in this stuff, which is Arches paper. The reason for that is I don't have to stretch it like that. It comes on a block which is already stretched. Now when you open it up like that, it's black, you can see, but that's not the paper. Paper's underneath there. This is a protection. So what I'm going to do is take out a palette knife and you remove that top. This is probably one of the best watercolor papers, Arches, and I bought it what's called hot pressed. Paper comes in 3 different types. There's rough, cold press and hot press. And hot press I'm using for this because it's the smoothest, it's absolutely flat. Cold pressed is medium, not too flat, not too coarse, and rough lives up to its name. It's a rough paper. So this one is, take this palette knife, careful, and it's best to use a palette knife, not a real knife, because you don't want to damage the paper underneath, and then just go round the edges like that. And I should have shown you that it starts, there's a little gap there where you can insert it, you can see that. And then remove the paper. That's it. I think I might leave that there actually, and I can use that again to protect this. So now we've got the paper on, it's all nice because I don't have to staple it down or anything to a piece of wood. It's actually contained within this block and the edges here are all glued down. So this is like, I don't know how many sheets are here, like 20 separate sheets of paper here. So although it's expensive, you know, it's not a bad deal when you're considering how many pieces of paper you get. So then I'm going to take this stuff called gesso, because I want to use this one not for watercolor. I'm planning on doing an oil painting on it. So with the gesso, take a little bit of this stuff. It's basically a white primer which you use on the paint. I like this one by the company called Liquitex. And I've got a nice brush here with some bristle in it. And I'm just going to go and work it in like that. And I want to work it into the texture of the paper. I want to get the stuff actually integrated into the paper. So in like that. You have to do every square inch of the paper. And hopefully this works, because I've had a hell of a bloody week. Technically I've had a lot of difficulties because I've been trying to do these works on paper because quite often I have to transport my work back to Europe, United Kingdom, for framing, and when it's on paper it's a lot easier to transport them than wood or canvas. There's less trouble at the airports. So on like that, and you just work it in like this. Now when it's dry you can give it a light sandpapering with a very light toothed sandpaper, and that will set it up perfectly, hopefully for painting. So I'm just going to go and finish that off. And I'm wanting to make sure that it's all integrated in there, combining with the paper. So it's going into the grain of the paper. So the paper will be slightly porous. So that's it, and on it goes like that. And you can see, you know, when you're a professional, art is more, it's more than meets the eye. Shall we just say that? So with that, and if I want to take away some of the grain that's in this paper, if you have another brush with a fine tooth like that, you can just go over it and take away some of the strokes. There we go. And that's it. So let's see what happens with this, preparing paper for oil painting or acrylic painting. There we are. It's a much colder day out here today in Brooklyn. In fact, when I was out this morning at about 8, there was a kind of snowy kind of rain coming down. So I don't know if they had that where you are, but till later. I'm going to put something on this later, and we'll have more videos showing you the techniques of how to be a professional artist. All the best till later. Take care of yourselves. Bye.